Hey folks, I'm in, is it Hutto?
Hutto, yes.
Hutto, Texas. So Yara here has a jet ski trailer that we're gonna retrofit with some Snake River Manufacturing bunks and rock and rollers. So tell me about some of your local fisheries here. Where do you fish?
I normally like to fish Lake Pflugerville if I go for a short distance. Belton Lake. I do go to Bastrop as far as in lakes all the way down.
Nice.
That's near Buchanan.
Okay.
I have gone to LBJ. I used to love Decker, but it's closed right now, and the kayaks are so heavy there's no access for the ramp anymore.
Right.
But yeah, those are my few right now that I'm staying local, which I go all the way within an hour and a half distance.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, I think getting the right bunks on there is gonna help you in some of those difficult, unimproved ramps, we'll just say.
Right. And the problem that I'm having now is like I'm able to low, but then once I try to get out and walk, it starts shifting back. It's like it doesn't have any track to hold the kayak because it's slippery.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. Also, it sits very low near the fenders, so I'm only because they're wide. It's a PA14 and a XTR 130.
Yep.
They don't fit both side by side, so it's either I take one or the other. And I'm looking forward to be able to carry both in case that I wanted to go further out.
Well, we know that the impact that our systems have had on customers have number one has been saving their back.
Right, exactly.
The ease of being able to dry launch or wet launch is just made infinitely easier with our rock and rollers.
All right, we got this hooked up.
Yes, sir.
It's going to Caldwell, Idaho, and we'll rig it up. But
looking forward for all these final stages, and you're gonna record everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be awesome. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Looking forward. Thank you. Look at this for.
When I come back, I'm gonna do some river fishing with you.
Oh, for sure. Let me know in advance so we can plan something good.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be fun.
Right on.
Thank you.
All right, I've made it to Caldwell, Idaho, and we got the trailer right here. We're gonna head over to where Steve Carroll is designing these two-piece shippable bunks, and he's making them sort of universal so they'll fit on jet ski trailers and a lot of other options. Let's take a look at what do you got going here in SolidWorks that you can show me.
Oh, hang on a second. Hey guys, Steve Carroll here, Snake River Manufacturing. Today we're looking at some of our new accessories for the DIY community. The DIY community is so important to us because if we start that conversation soon, we can begin to sell you guys parts to help you with your builds. We realize that not everybody can afford, a multi-$1,000 kayak trailer, but this is a great way to get started, to get the premium level quality on something that you can do at home yourself with either a bolt-on or weld-on solution. Today we're looking at Shorelander kayak trailer frame. This was a PWC jet ski trailer, very common. We have that trailer frame modeled in here, and we have a customer in Colorado who's provided us some designs on, hey, this is what we're looking for. So what we've done is we've taken a bunch of our DIY kits, right? And we've thrown everything on here. We've got our bow stops, we've got our spare tire mount, we've got some bunk stager plates, right? We've got cargo buckles and the D-ring tie down plates. We've got our wet shackle bolt kits, spring hanger kits, everything that the DIY guy is going to need to be able to make this happen. He is going to be adding his own breakaway tongue, so we're giving him layout dimensions for, hey, this is the length of the tongue that you need here, this is the length of the tongue you need here, these are the locations for the spring hangers that you need to switch over to. He currently has slipper springs, so we're going to go to a double eye spring, and then we have a bolt-on bunk stager plate kit for this. He did come back and say we want to make a weld-on one, so he did us a really big solid and provided us a grid with the geometry of that particular frame so that we can vectorize it and turn it into a model that we can show here. So we'll have a weld-on kit and a bolt-on kit. And with that bolt-on kit, you can take these bunk stager plates and the rock and roller kits, and you can add them to any kayak or any jet ski trailer, any kind of utility trailer, just a bunch of retrofit options. But what we're looking at today is we get a lot of requests for, hey, can you ship us those rails? We want to, we want those really nice kayak rails, but the problem is that thing is 114, almost 10 feet long, right? It's very expensive, not very economical to ship that. So what we've done is we've designed a breakdown bunk assembly. What that looks like is, instead of one solid rail, we have a two-piece rail that is a bolt-together solution. Very clean installation. All you do is you get the bunk stager kit for it, and it's got a indexing set of slider rails, and you mount your bunk stagers, mount your rails, tie the two rails together. They're locked, secured into place, and then you've got a premium bunk rail solution that we can ship anywhere in the country very economically. What we're looking at here is this is our breakdown bunk assembly. We're going to show the individual pieces. So you have a forward rail, a rear rail with the 15-degree taper, and these two bunk stagers, and then the tie bolt. So we put everything back together, we zoom in, you can see that you can adjust this anywhere along this rail width. And when you look at the side profile, as the parts overlap, you can see that you've got the bolt clearances that you need, so that you've got that full range of motion. So I think the maximum width right now is set at 69 inches. The bunks the bunk stagers can be apart from each other. They can also get pretty narrow. Now, how we tie them together is at the marriage line, we have these two heavy duty plates, 1/4 inch thick, right? And then we have an access port through one of them where you'll be able to bring a socket up through, attach that through bolt into weld nut on the other side, the receiver plate of this bunk rail. And these will all be ground down smooth, and they'll all have a nice radius added to them, so there'll be no chance for any kind of hang up of your plastic, to eliminate any kind of like gouging if they're misaligned even just by like a 32nd of an inch. But let's take a look and see what that looks like. Let's go back to the Shorelander trailer and bring one of those guys in. And now we can bring this bunk assembly down to our base plate. And we've got two positions, we've got high and low. So you can go high with the rail or low with the rail, and then you can adjust the width by skipping around on these hole patterns. Now, the first trailer that we're going to be doing this on is a customer out of Texas. Her name is Yara, and she has been very excited throughout this whole process. Jeff actually drove all the way to Texas because he was headed this way anyways. Pit stop in Texas, right? Picked up her trailer, brought it to Idaho. We're going to make these modifications. Yara's going to fly here. Hopefully we get to take her on an amazing kayak sturgeon fishing trip while she's here, and then send her back home with her kayak trailer. She's going to get a rental and take it all the way back home to Texas. So that's the goal, and that's what we're going to achieve this week, is showcasing the expansion of all the accessories that a customer will ever need to be able to convert any kind of jet ski trailer or utility trailer to really turn it into a premium kayak trailer. Now that we've got our design, we've thought about it, we've looked at how many different ways it can fail, how the customer could use it. We're pretty confident with this design. Now it's time to go cut it out. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is importing the parts, doing curve compensates, and creating the CNC file nest right here on the terminal. Here we go. It looks pretty good. So if we have a coupling nut in here that allows a bolt to pass through and punch into the inside of here, tighten this side up, it'll compress in here, and then it'll push up against this wall in here, which will then take this from a circle to an ob round. As that ob rounds, that will then you got years, I got decades of manufacturing experience, and I think that's just one of those big strengths, right, that you can lean on as a subject matter expert. I think I've got a solution. I think it's going to look clean, and I think it's going to be cost effective, where we can solve this without too much of an impact to the bottom line, right? And that's what we're trying to do, is make cost effective DIY solutions for the guys that are building their own kayak trailers. That's what we need to have. Those are the resources that weren't available to me when I was building kayak trailers, you know, a decade ago. I think I got it. Let's experiment with some stuff, and let's put it to the test. When we fail fast, and we innovate, we move on. Woo! It's gonna be hot. Look at that sexy saddle right there. All right, so we're just testing this real quick. So we got some drill pipe here, 2-inch schedule 40. We've done a laser weld on this side. We've done a MIG weld over here on this side, and we're gonna test a couple of things between the MIG and the laser for the settings. This thick of material, I believe the MIG wants to. MIG's definitely easier to use in that regard, but we're also going to be simulating a you know, a bolted joint. Right. I just want to, before I jump on it, just
You were airborne. What you got there?
So this is our big sexy plate. This is a tie plate to tie two bunk rails together. So we're gonna check it up with some grade 5 hardware and see what we can break today. different bridge design. So there's some nuances about this, but you see what the detail is. We've got a two breakdown bunks, or two bolt together bunks, tied together with a tie plate with 4 pieces of grade 5 hardware. And the things I don't like about it right out the gate is the difficulty with installing the bolting plate. But what I do like is that the top plane, we got a shim, half-inch shim in there, which is supposed to represent this, to tie the two together. We're just going to do a bend test to see what this thing can hold.
See that? What did I say?
We definitely cheated it, but we cheated it hard over like 20 feet to get it to bend.
I just made the point that when we tested this one, we used the scraps that we had, and they were supported in a much closer configuration when we jumped on it, as opposed to the first two. It was closer to where the bunks.
No, they
were wider.
They were about 8 foot apart. Most of them are going to be installed about 5 foot apart.
Whatever. We took it to the extreme. We didn't break it. We did buckle it. We basically, what's going on there is we added larger pipes, longer pipes going way out there, and like up to the table. And Steve was, what'd you do?
I sat on it. I didn't stand on it, but I bounced on it to try and get it to begin to buckle. So we've got these tie plates. So we're looking at the bunk rail, right? We're looking at the bunk sliders, and we're looking at this tie plate and these tie bolts. So we're trying to figure out, okay, what's the best way to get these things in here together? We utilized a different pipe, but we can form this tie plate out of...
It's not a pipe, that's a plate.
That's a formed plate, CNC, laser cut CNC, and then CNC press broke to form that plate, which will accomplish the same thing. But I think the idea that's going to win out overall is the taking what we've already got in terms of end caps, extending them by putting some ears on, and extending the bunk stager slider rails that are already there. So we're reducing the amount of parts that we have, but we still get the ability to put our bolts in shear, and the customer doesn't have to get inside the pipe to make it happen. And product development was easy. You're doing it wrong. We're on design number 6. We've had 5 failures. Those are 5 product ideas that we have ran to ground. We're on number 6. This ain't easy, but we're gonna make it happen. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take, real quick, Jeff, and we're gonna install this guy, these plates, right now onto the trailer. Get those pre-staged, run them, and then we'll work on welding out this riser assembly, as well as our secret sauce joiner plate comes in here.
Doing this a little different because we're short on time, to be honest. I hop on a flight in, well, day and a half. Yeah. So we're doing this unpainted to just prove concept, which we'll have that, and then we'll unassemble it, and you'll take it to powder coat, and you'll get your rig ready to go.
You know, I really love how Yara posted that video with the flame with the SRM in the background. Like, I just love that. I mean, we didn't ask her to do that, but she's just like, yes, I'm so excited. And I love that passion from the customers. They're just like, they're so excited. They're pumped. They know what this thing can do for them.
I'm pumped because this is going to help out people, not just with a trailer like this. This is the beginning of us putting it in the truck bed on, other utility trailers or other, lighter duty, less expensive, trailers that you bolt together. They ship it to you and you assemble it. Right. Our trailers you can't do that with. So we want this type bunk style with the rock and rollers to be available to everyone.
Okay, so the best way to start with this, you get the lettering, get your top side, get these 4 bolts in first. We're going to mark consistently from here to here. This is 2 3/8. That's our alignment edge. That's where we're going to put this plate. So this is just a mock-up. These parts still have to get powder coated, but this is how easy it is to add a bunk stager bracket to your trailer. I'm going to grab this guy. Stick this guy in. Always put the soft side of the washer towards the finished paint. So this channel right here, this width, this is going to be a C3 channel, which is what a lot of existing boat trailers and jet ski trailers are made out of. A 3-inch high profile. Now what's really nice about this kit is you can bolt it on to any trailer that has a 3-inch member. So if you want to change up your frame, your trailer frame, to something that maybe is a little bit more narrow, this is a fairly wide frame, you can take this equipment with you. So instead of buying a full-on kayak trailer, you can economically buy the premium elements that make a kayak trailer what it is. Now it's not just bolt-on ones. We're building a library of all the trailers that are out there, your jet skis, your caravans, your ride-ons, your Tritons, your yacht clubs, all of those, your Harbor Freight, all those trailers are being added to our library. And you see here, this plate, this is a weld-on style bunk stager plate for a Shorelander PWC frame. Okay, so the way this works, you've got an end cap right here, you've got 1/4-inch steel plates here, and then you have a stack of 1/4-inch plates here. Now what this is going to do is it's going to put these 2 bolts in shear. As we tighten these down, it's going to pull in just a little bit. Now we have some very specific setup blocks that allow us to clamp to get the perfect clearance every single time. What you're left with is this. Now, if you look closely, you can see that we've beveled or radiused, filleted, whatever you want to call it, these guys right here, so there's no sharp edge to get caught up on your kayak. So these will get installed just like this. Alrighty guys, what we're looking at is the first bolt together bunk assembly. This is something that we can ship across the country, and you can retrofit onto any one of your trailers. Alrighty guys, we got our solution. We already put one on. We're putting the second set on right now. We're going to show you what that looks like. These are the bolt together bunk assemblies that we can ship anywhere in the country. So we're showing you all this while it's still in its prototype form, but rest assured, everything that you see here as part of this kit is going to be powder coated, sandblasted and powder coated with our UV protected finish. So we're going to put our rear rail section on right now, and as you can see, we have a slider plate. This guy sits in here, and we can adjust forward and back any position we want. And the reason for these slots is to make sure that there is zero dead space, meaning you've got the full length of this rail to utilize for all your hardware. There is no dead space whatsoever on this mount. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert our tie plates, and our tie plates are what hold this whole thing together. So we have our tie plate kit. So what this is doing is it's putting these bolts in shear, putting them in the shear plane. And bolts in shear are a lot stronger than bolts in tension. That this is one continuous member at this point. Alright, so we've got all of our bolts just hand tight in here. We're going to go ahead and tighten them down. And we're going to walk all over this thing and show you guys any kind of deflection, what the experience is. But the beautiful thing about this system is you can literally take it and move it to any trailer that you own. If you want to upgrade your trailer frame later on, you have the ability to. Just like that, you got a solid set of rails that we can ship anywhere in the country. You can bolt onto your existing trailer or take it as you move to a new trailer. The rock and roller kits add incredible value for loading and unloading, and the adjustable nature of the bunks give you the flexibility to mount this to any kayak trailer you can envision. Now that we've got the prototyping all done and out of the way, we're showing you guys here for the first time everything that happened to get this thing going. We tried multiple different iterations, but we finally nailed it. And we are completely committed to the DIY community. That's where we got our start. When we started, no one was supplying DIY components. That guy is us. We are the team building the modular systems that you can bolt on to any one of your trailer systems and really make it your own. The benefit of having a modular system is it allows you to upgrade at any time, add, take away, or take parts with you as you go from trailer build to trailer build. This is a great project for the winter time, so if you're interested in getting a trailer for the next season, these are available a lot quicker than a full-on kayak trailer, so put your order in soon so that you can get your own set of rails and upgrade your next season.